Good morning. Thanks for joining. Today we're going to be chatting with Alyssa Borden. Alyssa is an HR strategist. She recently started a business called SuccessBridge. Pretty new to this group, but excited to meet you. Please tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah, so my interest in entrepreneurship kind of started when I was completing an executive MBA program. I was doing that to build up my financial acumen when I was still working for a corporation. But I started meeting all these people who had this drive to just try and do something different, to get outside of the boxes of bureaucracy and forge new paths. And so I had an opportunity to leave corporate and kind of be free of that. So I started my own company about a year and a half ago, where I'm really just focused on helping businesses and people unlock the talent that they already have inside while they're implementing new technologies and things along the way.
Okay, very fabulous. So are you from this area?
Yeah. So I was born in Omaha, but I grew up on a farm in eastern Iowa, and then kind of full circle came back in 2014 when I came for a job at Union Pacific Railroad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Small town, girl myself, farm area, so that's always fun. It seems like, you have those good morals and ideas and kind of a good neighbor thing.
Yeah. Well, good neighbor. Yeah, there
good
you
neighbor.
go.
State farmer.
It was hard. I lived out in Los Angeles for a while, which was a great experience because I just wanted to immerse myself in something new and get kind of out of my comfort zone. But I left after about 3.5 years because I think that Midwest mentality was just so ingrained in me, that helping others and things like that, where it was just different, not because necessarily that people had bad intentions. It's just that when you're surrounded by so many people all the time, you just behave differently.
Sure.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of times who you surround yourself with, the type of, skills and talent and just everyday things,
Yeah.
You just kind of pick it up. So tell me, what was one of the biggest drivers? So going from corporate into, entrepreneur, I know that there is so many people out there that have this idea, but they are not able to execute that idea.
Yeah.
What did that look like for you?
Some of it I think was really just timing and being surrounded by the right people. Like I said, I'd met a lot of really ambitious folks who worked in corporate or had started their own thing through my MBA program. And that kind of fueled me. But then I've just reached this point in my life where I've decided that it's time to take a few more risks, that it's time to bet on myself. And I had been seeing for so long that the workplace is broken. It's this unspoken and spoken reality that we all experience when we're working inside a company. Either whether you're the leader or whether you're the employee on the front line, everyone's like, oh gosh, why does it have to be this way? And having worked in a global manufacturing company in HR and as an HR business partner for a long time, I know that there's a better way to do it. And so I was finally just fed up and let me go out and try to help companies do this, because I have built these programs from scratch. I have seen new ways of working. And sometimes they just need that little extra oomph. And I really believe in the talent that people have inside. And they're not getting that right investment of training and opportunity or the right systems and structures to actually do their work well. So I really just want to be part of changing the way that we work so that people can be their best, whether they decide to go out on their own or whether they're bringing that type of entrepreneurial mindset into the work that they do for corporations.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I work for a small business owner. I'm a state farm agent, and same kind of idea. There's lots of different day-to-day challenges, and for myself, I'm just like, how can we improve this? What can we do better? So, what type of services are entailed into your business? What is it? Technical? Is it like widgets? Is it like personal training, workshop type? What do you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I really focus on what is needed for that particular employer. So a couple examples of big projects that I've done was I had a large manufacturing company that was trying to raise the digital acumen and digital fluency of their finance team. So I came in and embedded myself with the team, and we came up with what that competency structure could look like for them. We did an assessment of the tools and technologies that they're using, and then figured out what's the best way for each of these people to start sharing ideas and build this ecosystem of learning around digital so that they can start to apply it. So I do workshops as well. I just came back from Lisbon, Portugal, where I led a workshop for about 100 people from 50 countries.
Wow.
The coolest workshop I've ever done and coolest opportunity. But it was about job crafting. Okay. And to me, what job crafting really is taking those entrepreneurial ideas, like you're saying, how can I do a micro experiment? How can I build something new or work with someone different that's outside of my job description to fulfill that need and really focus on my interests and strengths? So I've helped facilitate people doing that either as a coach or within a company and hired by that company to do that. But outside of that, it's kind of full range of strategic HR work. I'm not the person you call for payroll or recruiting. There's lots of wonderful people who do that work here in town and outside of town. I'm more focused on that organizational effectiveness. What should that design look like? What are the pieces that are missing? Do we even know and have a good assessment of where our organization is at and where the true gaps are to really maximizing our talent and then getting to those sales and profit numbers that we want to get to?
Okay, fabulous, fabulous. So I'm hearing like implementing processes and just strategies and wow, is there a typical or is there a specific market or company or size that you say, oh, that's what I want. That's who I want to help.
Yeah, and that's the fun part of being an entrepreneurial journey. A lot of people ask me that right when I started my business. And at the time I said, well, I can't really answer that because I don't know yet. Yeah, I want to be open to try new things. But my corporate experience was really focused on manufacturing and transportation. So I know those types of businesses really well. So I have been really targeting clients who are in that manufacturing and transformation space, dealing with issues, recruiting and retaining talent, org structure, rapid growth, technologies that are being implemented and failing, so that I can help them, because I think there's a lot of opportunity in that space. But I have also in the past worked with nonprofits and other organizations who are just trying to figure out what should my organization look like so that it can function the best way that it can.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, Omaha, this is Omaha. I've heard, it's kind of sticking with me. Is there any organizations or any groups or fun activities, anything on your radar?
Oh, yeah. So I'm on the board of directors at Fontenelle Forest. I love nature. I found it just, during COVID, I think we all went through this. It just got really hard being separated from other people. And so the forest really gave me a reprieve, and it was great for my kids to go and exercise. I love the birds. So I'm really involved there. And I'd encourage everyone who, if you haven't been to the forest, it's this little secret inside Omaha where you can get away, feel like you're entirely out of the city. And my personal favorite is the raptors. So they have all the eagles and osprey and things where you can just get up close and personal and kind of see that beauty of nature that's around you. And it makes you think differently about your life, and it also helps you get outside of the stress and that daily grind and get that creative juice going while you're out for a hike.
Yeah, nature, all encompassing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So kiddos, family, is there a better work-life balance that you're finding in this entrepreneurial space, or kind of how do you speak to that?
Yeah, gosh, that's a great question. So I was always one of those people who just heads down, grind, do it all, try to take on all of it when I was in the corporate space. And while that worked really well and progressing in my career, it did affect my family life. So being an entrepreneur, you're always on, and that's a transition, but the reality was I was always on all the time anyway. And now when I'm on, it's for my own pursuits. And I do love that ability to just, if a kid's got a thing, I can just build that into my schedule and up and go. The work will be there and I can do it when I need to do it. And a lot of workplaces are becoming more flexible, but there's still this mental gap where if you have to ask or you have to block it on your calendar, there's still this guilt. And maybe not everyone has it, but I always had it. And so now I'm free of that.
Yeah. Wow, that's fabulous. That's a really good feeling. Okay. what do you see as really good advice to give to somebody that's just starting out, that's just throwing an idea around in their head? What's your advice?
Don't overthink it. I am a firstborn child, like admitted perfectionist, right? And it's something that I've been trying to break for a long time. And so I learned very quickly that I can have all the great ideas in the world, but unless I'm actually going out and testing them or talking to people and working through them, it'll never happen.
Right.
And that's where communities like 1 Million Cups and other organizations like SAS Camp have been such an eye-opener for me, because I can take an idea, talk about it, and then test it and try it before it's quite ready. And that's just a completely different mindset, I think, for a lot of us who worked in corporate. And I think that mindset can be brought back to corporate. And more people should be joining organizations like this and thinking differently about how they do their work, just for their own fulfillment. Yeah.
And you know, myself, I had mentioned I do work for a small business owner, a State Farm agent, Linda Miller. And one of the things that, where was I going with this? Oh, the groups. I have found that, you know, resources. I'm customer facing, you know, I'm meeting with people every single day and just hearing about them and what's important to them, and being able to just have an extra resource. Call this or check there or look here, or of course we always have to give multiple options so that it's not a, you know, bad advice, but it's a great resource to have.
Yeah, I mean, it still comes down to, like, we can talk about AI, and AI is great. There are a lot of great use cases and all these technologies that help us focus on the work that's really important to us, but people are still the core component. There are human pieces that can't be replaced, and like you said, it's that network. It's talking to real humans and seeing and understanding that the resource you have in your network is so much more valuable than anything else that you can do. And just dive in, talk to people. I'm a natural extrovert, but even for introverts, you'll find your community. And I've been really surprised, as now that I have more time, I guess, to own my schedule, just the vast resources that are available. Like, I didn't even know about 1 Million Cups a year ago. And even through that, I've met all sorts of other organizations that if you just scratch the surface and think out and start talking to those people, you can do whatever you want. It's getting around people, like-minded people that will challenge you and help push you. Well, sounds like it gives you that confidence boost too, where, you know, you're saying, you know, what would it take to make that change? Those resources go a long way to doing it. Sounds like it. Well, thank you so much for joining today. I'm really excited to hear more about your adventure and the different avenues that you're taking, and hope to chat with you some more. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was great. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Bye.